What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and we're going to be talking about how I think boxing is kind of getting exposed lately. Not lately, but over the last couple of years, they're kind of getting exposed here. Alexander Usyk gets the KO in round 11 against Rico Verhoeven. This is obviously old news by now, but it just wasn't a good look, and I've had some time to think about this, and it gives me time to make this video. Was Usyk going to finish Rico Verhoeven round 12? Very possibly, but I still believe he was robbed. I still believe Rico was robbed of a potential win, but not to the extreme everyone else is. This is what I said immediately after the fight. Usyk looks plotty and looks awful all night. Found his reads at the end of round 10, then gets an awfully read KO at the literal end of round 11. Would Usyk have found the KO in round 12? Maybe, but let's find out and give Rico the chance. That's the whole point of this. Give Rico the chance to recover, because this was for the official belt of boxing, which is just an embarrassment in itself. They should have done what is this? No. What Tyson Fury did and just not held the belt up. It would have also been less rounds. But man, give Rico the chance to win. He was rocked at the end of the round, but you stop it after the bell. Rico could have survived. He would have been fine in the corner. He gets sent back out there. Let round 12 happen. Let a big, monumental comeback win for Alexander Usyk. That's crazy. That'd be a good win for him. Let him get the credit for the win, rather than doing the stupid ass rigged shit. It's so dumb that the stupid old ref. Stop. Look at it. Rico, he was obviously a little hurt. But count him at least. If you can do that. If you're gonna try to stop the fight, let him get a count. And don't fucking stop it. But he couldn't. I don't understand boxing level, but could he not have just given him a count? Just send him back into the corner and let him recover in the corner. Yeah, man, Usyk just looked plotty all night. Looked plotty. I think he won like 2 rounds. I think he won like round 4 and 5, I think is what I gave him. Or maybe it was I think it was like 4 and 5 because I had it 3-1 after round 4. Maybe I gave him round 4 and 6. I don't know. But I think he'd won at least 1, at most 2. And then round 10 he looked decent. Maybe you could give him that round. As you can see, he started finding his reads. He got like stunned early in the round, but then Rico, he found his reads. Caught Rico a couple times. Sorry, I'm starting to fade out with my memory. But the whole fight was just Rico moving to his left, finding his right hands, and Usyk kind of just doing nothing and not being able to do anything about it. Usyk just being light on his feet, which is surprising. And yeah. And I think this whole thing is just this whole boxing is being exposed thing started with when Francis arguably beat Tyson Fury. This was definitely when it started. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. It wasn't here with Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. It was here. This moment when he knocked him down, and arguably beat him. Obviously, Fury had a lot of excuses. He came in fat as shit. He obviously didn't take the fight very seriously. Usyk was saying that he took this fight seriously. Yeah, put the picture here. He said he had taken the fight very seriously. He was training as hard as he ever had, and he still went out there and looked pretty bad. Do they do a rematch? Probably, and then Usyk just starches him within like 5 rounds, but it was an awful look for boxing that the best in the world, the arguably, some people, including me, were saying this guy's the best heavyweight of all time, one of the best fighters of all time, period. He takes him to like close near the end of the fight where he's down. And let's not even talk about how rigged boxing is with these fucking awful scorecards. What did they have it scored? One judge had to score a draw going into round 11. How? Wait, yeah, had into going to round 11. So then Usyk would have been up 2 rounds because he got knocked down. One judge had, well, was he up like 2 rounds? Had only Rico only up by 2 rounds, and then the other judge had him a draw. No, Rico at most, or Usyk at most had 2 rounds, maybe 3. He did not have more than that. So one judge would have had a draw going into round 12. Rico's never going to win this fight. This is what this is telling me. Rico wasn't going to win this fight unless he got like a knockdown or a finish or something. Because if these are what the scorecards are looking like, he would have never won that. This ref did an awful fucking job. But man, boxing is being put on watch when it comes to these heavyweight champions, man. Heavyweight champions. First it was Tyson Fury. Then it was now it was Usyk. Before it was Andy Joshua. Jake Paul, man. Jake Paul looked like I Jody said this during the fight. It felt like Jake Paul could have knocked both those guys out. Like out yesterday. It's how bad Usyk was looking. I was generally thinking, man, Jake Paul might just knock these guys out. I don't see it as a joke and satire, but Andy Josh is the only dude who's like break the cycle of not looking bad against non-boxers and this crossover gimmick shit. Fucking dominated and beat the shit out of Ngannou, and literally had Jake Paul shooting takedowns. Literally had Jake Paul shooting takedowns on him, and then fucking shattered his jaw that I didn't think he was about to be into retirement. Obviously, yes, Usyk got the win. Would he have gotten the KO in round 12? I think so. But let's find out. Let him get the credit for the win because it's not his fault. But let him at least get the proper credit for getting the finish late rather than doing this dumb fucking robbery of a finish. And for Verhoeven, this is a robbery for Verhoeven. They didn't know, the fighters didn't know what the scorecards were looking like. He probably was gonna go into that last round thinking he was gonna win. Let him go to the decision. Let him find out if he can make himself go to a decision to see if he would actually win that. Obviously, by these fucking scorecards, I don't think he would have. He would have been up by 2 rounds. Usyk would have been up by 2 rounds in 2 of these cards, and then one of them would have been a draw. He would have been up by like. It would have been a draw. Insane stuff. Yeah. Obviously, I don't think Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor was a fight to put it on watch. Obviously, Jake Paul showed all the holes in Anthony Joshua's game. Showed how much of an embarrassment boxing is. But these two, man, these heavyweight champions, everything are looking good. Just don't. Ilya Topuria would fucking flatten Ryan Garcia. I truly believe that. Joaquin Buckley would TKO Crawford in 2 rounds in boxing. But it is crazy Jake Paul is the dude who survived longer. Dude, he probably would have survived longer than Rico. I think he would have made it to a decision against Usyk. But ironically. Because Usyk doesn't have like that much power. I think that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Boxing is rigged. One last tangent. Dude, boxing is rigged as fuck. Not only was this robbery, but these scorecards are generally awful. The live, like when they said the live scorecards have this to draw or have this say evens, that's when I knew Rico was never going to win. But then the stoppage happened, and yeah, and that was very clear then that he was never going to win. I don't make boxing videos, but UFC, no UFC this weekend. Benson Henderson died in 20 seconds. Jared Gooden. the GOAT died also in like 13 seconds. Not some sad stuff. Taylor Lapidus got a dominant decision in the PFI. Not some cool stuff, I guess. That also happened. You'll see Macau showing coming up. Make sure to I'll be dropping predictions on Tuesday maybe. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. What's your guys' thoughts on boxing? I'm not really a boxing channel. I'm not a very personal boxing guy either. But I feel like I have to make a video about this. Boxing is corrupt. Boxing is kind of just getting shown that it's not as elite as we always thought. Now that you need to be the sweet science, Obviously, MMA has its flaws as well, but it's not as old as boxing. We have Alex Pereira showing up, becoming a two-division champ, multiple-time defending champion. So can't say much about that sport, but this video is about boxing. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, jazzlovesmma, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday or whenever I drop predictions. Peace.